Hello and welcome to the YouTube video for the Week 9 readings. My name is Stephanie Grindle and the people in my group were Ari Spangenthal-Lee and Alex McNara. The readings and videos for Week 9 were the ECRP article, Changing Classroom Practice to Include the Project Approach by Anne-Marie Clark, Connecting the Digital Dots, Literacy of the 21st Century by Barbara R. Jones-Cavalier and Suzanne L. Flanagan, and the YouTube video, A Vision of Today's Student. This is about the project approach. In order to fully implement the project approach, teachers need to develop an understanding of the underlying dynamics of project work. There are 5 processes in the project approach. The first is that the teacher encourages students to develop their own questions about the topic they're discussing. The second is that the teacher encourages students to make hypotheses or predictions about the answers. The third is that the teacher encourages children to think of ways to test their hypotheses or predictions. The fourth is that the teacher encourages students to negotiate about the way that they're going to be expressing their findings. And the fifth is that the teacher encourages the children to take time to solve their own problems using trial and error. There are 3 phases involved in a project. The first phase involves students and their teacher selecting the topic of exploration. The second phase involves students conducting investigations and creating representations of their findings that they have negotiated with their teacher. The third phase involves culminating and debriefing events, which is creating a summary of the things that they have learned. This project approach was created on the work of John Dewey. John Dewey maintained that education is the reconstruction of experience. John Dewey worked with his wife along a period of 7 years, 1896 to 1903, at the University of Chicago. He was one of the first to challenge the widely believed view that knowledge is a fixed notion of truth waiting to be discovered. There are 3 components to the project approach. The first is content, the content of instruction, that is including real-world topics and allowing students to create new kinds of representations. The second is processes, the methods of systematic and direct instruction, and the third is products, representations of the information that has been obtained through these processes. There are both advantages and challenges to the project approach. One major advantage is that it allows students to take projects into their own hands and make them come to life. It puts them in real-world situations to solve problems. A challenge to the project approach is that teachers who are new to the approach will have a very difficult time implementing it, due to the time constraints that they'll have in their classroom, as well as the classroom management that will go along with allowing them to do projects such as these. The second article was Connecting the Digital Dots, Literacy in the 21st Century. Prior to the 21st century, literacy has been defined as a person's ability to read and write. Now, in the 21st century, with technology and the different types of communications, literacy is more broadly defined than just the ability to read and write. Children are learning these skills as requirements for growing up. And adults now did not grow up with the technology that we have become accustomed to. One situation that you're going to see quite often in the classroom is where teachers are very linearly thinking and they don't know very much about technology. So even if they do have enough funds to purchase the new equipment and make their classrooms technologically sound, they're not going to have the understanding to be able to use it. So we need to be forming different goals about embracing technology and creating technologically literate teachers. Challenge that we're going to see quite often with creating technologically literate teachers is going to be just the complexity of the digital age and how much technology we're getting right now. It's very, very multidimensional, and there are a whole bunch of different applications and different things like that. So in order to be successful with this, we need to be both digitally and visually literate. The YouTube video that we watched this week, A Vision of Today's Student, was a bunch of examples of the differences between students in today's world of education and how they're multitasking to complete the tasks that have been assigned to them. There's no such thing as an average student or a typical student where they're all the same or that they all have the same responsibilities or even the same way of completing those responsibilities. In the video, the students responded in a variety of ways, talking about the multitasking that they do and things that are going wrong in their education, such as paying $100 for a textbook that they don't open, or are sitting online in class on Facebook or Twitter instead of completing assignments, and that many of them are assigned 26.5 hours of things that they have to multitask to complete within a 24-hour period. Thank you for watching our video, and have a great week.